Alright. Welcome back to Tales of the Wedding Rings anime review. Excuse me. Episode number 17 of the show. Which means that we have, for this season, for this one, we have I think it's about 8 left. I think it is. Yeah, 8 left to go. So, basically, here's what happens. So, the episode opens up with the 5 ring princesses basically just bonding, and of course, Hime basically telling them that she can't hog Sato anymore, so she wants to share him. Which apparently they all agree to that, and it's an interesting bomb. Of course, they eat some cookies and stuff like that. Then, of course, basically also while this is happening, Hime's little sister is trying to make moves on her brother-in-law. Yep. Ooh, maybe marry more than just the 5 ring princesses. Possibly implying he might take a sex wife. You'll find out and see as the series goes on. So, then with this big power boost, he uses the ring to destroy the door that trapped them in the library. The Elder was not anticipating the fact this would turn out this way, but the effect got stronger thanks to the ring princesses bonding. And then right after this, basically, they basically got the information they wanted. And then, of course, they gotta get basically Hime's adopted grandpa, who basically is finishing up with Nefridi's aunt. Yep. And, of course, they say goodbye. And, of course, they fly on a bird to the Empire to get the Sword of the Ring King. And as soon as they get there, they're being waved off. And then they fire on them. Yes, they fire a cannonball at them. And, oh boy, the next scene basically becomes really dumb. So, they go to the Emperor, and of course that's the reason they're here, because they want the Sword of the Ring King. He says no, because he's a dick. But, by the way, his eldest son is not a dick. He's actually quite nice. So, yeah. Then basically, it's he turns him down because I'm holding up, doing fine without the guy is. I don't know what is going on with him because, from what I can tell, he's not being manipulated by anybody. As for why he's acting the way he is, it's not exactly very clear exactly why. He just turns on him flat because he thinks his army is good enough to hold off the Abyss King. Despite that, that's not how it works. And then right after this, basically, where Hime, Nefrides, and Genhart go off with Hime's little sister to basically learn more magic. And also, Mars returns. First time since the end of the previous season of the show. And, of course, the Hyper reunited. Of course, they need to get the Sword of the Ring King. Of course, because he doesn't really have the fathers. His dad is not being very nice to him, so they split in 2 teams. So he takes the other 2 ring princesses. He takes basically, he takes his group to go try to break the armory. And, of course, there's a ceremony coming up. I think possibly to distraction. And that's what I'm going to do. By the way, I also got to mention, this episode covered chapters 44 to 46 and the first half of chapter 47. Which means, as of this very episode, there are 40 more chapters. I'd say about 39 and a half left to go for the whole entire series to be adapted. Yes. And of course, basically, that based on the fact this series tends to adapt 3 chapters an episode, I'm purely guessing at this. Either we have, one option I think is possible, because one option I think is possible is to adapt the rest of the manga for a movie, which I don't think they'll do that. The other 2 options are do a core 2 or a 3rd season. That is the only options, because if they continue adapting 3 chapters an episode, by the time they get to the final episode, the 13th episode of the season, which will be the 25th episode of the series, they will not finish the manga. No, it will not be finished yet. Nope. The reason, because if you think about it, they're only at chapter 47. They have 39 left to go. And I highly doubt, in the span of 8 episodes, they can cover 39 chapters and 8 episodes Unless, of course, they decided to basically increase the chapters. Yeah, with like 39 and a half left, like, if they did like 3 chapters an episode for like 39 and a half, you're going to need a lot more episodes than just 8. You're going to need at least 5 more. That, or another possibility they could do, they can increase the number there is a fourth option they can do. They could increase the number of chapters they could adapt from any episodes. It is possible, but that depends upon the studio who makes it. It is up to them. Yep. So, that is pretty much it for a particular video. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications. Next up we have is Anime Open Topics. We have some stuff to talk about this one, okay? Next video. Bye.